Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. From Homestead Media, this is HHS In Depth.
Coming up today on HHS In Depth, students planning on being in the Homestead Internship program will learn about a can't-miss meeting coming up next week.
Plus, as students begin to schedule classes for next school year already, you'll learn about a brand new one coming to the English department that novelists or screenplay writers will be interested in. Those stories and more straight ahead. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Nada DeHook.
And I'm Cora Shaw. And Nada, break was so much fun, but it went by too fast.
Yeah, for me too, but I'm glad to be back in school.
One of Homestead's most popular courses is Internship, which allows students to earn credit while working at an internship outside of school. If this class is something you're interested in taking next school year, then you can't miss a meeting next Friday morning. To tell you more about it, here's HHS In Depth reporter Graham DeWitt.
Homestead High School is known for having many student programs, and one of its most popular is the internship program. This program allows seniors to intern at a job so they can decide whether or not it's their job that they want to do in the future.
The internship program is basically one of the coolest programs that we have here, in my opinion, but it's for seniors. You go to school half day, and then you are placed at an employer based on your career interest.
Because of the way that the internship program is set up, there is a very unique grading system that exists for the interning students.
There's not an actual class that meets, so they'll leave after fifth period, and they're graded based on timesheets that they turn in every week. And then there's a couple other assignments throughout the semester. And then the final exam is where the employer will rate their performance.
There are internship opportunities for almost any interest, and the interning students get to determine most of what their goals are.
There's several areas of focus. When we sit down and we make the placement, then they kind of come up with some goals. And then halfway through the semester, they do what's called an improvement plan, where they sit down with their employer and they go over areas that they should focus on.
The call-out meeting for the internship program is January 14th at 7:10 a.m. for juniors only. If you are interested in joining the internship program but cannot make it to the call-out meeting, please make sure to email Mr. Rogers beforehand, or you will not be considered for the program, as there is a limit to how many people can be enrolled. For HHS In Depth, I'm Graham DeWitt.
All right, thanks, Graham. Next year, a new English course will be added here at Homestead. Novel and Screenwriting is a class taught by Mr. Beer, where students will be able to write either a fictional novel or a screenplay.
Novel and screenwriting will be a good fit for students who are interested in producing a longer work of fiction, specifically a novel or a screenplay, but I think also for students who are just interested in writing and becoming more well-rounded.
At the end of the course, students will have the opportunity to submit their projects to competitions, such as the Scholastic Art and Writing Competition.
My goals for the novel and screenwriting course is to provide students with what I hope are meaningful opportunities to write and to see that writing hopefully go out into the world, to have it be read by people beyond just the teacher or a few students in class, and that they see and get to experience, what it feels like to see your work impact another person.
Mr. Beer is excited for students to engage in intentional ways with the writing process.
I believe it requires us to really, ask tough questions about who we are and why people do the things that they do. But I think there's also something that's going to be very powerful for students, that at the end, to hold something in their hands that they feel really proud about, and that they know they put a ton of time in, and that if they had not have done this, it would not be there. Like, this thing would not exist.
This unique course will be offered to juniors and seniors starting next fall, so be sure to consider it when you're picking out your classes in the next few weeks.
Hopefully your first week back was a great one. And after we endure another bitterly cold day today, do we have a warm-up coming up in time for the weekend? Stick around and I'll let you know a little later on. You're watching HHS In Depth with Cora Shaw and Nada DeHoop.
Welcome back to HHS In Depth. Administration wants to remind students as we start a new semester that tardies for the first week back are recorded in PowerSchool, so students are aware that they are not making it to class on time. They will, however, be erased, and students start the second week of classes with 0 tardies. Please note starting next week that tardies will begin being recorded in PowerSchool, and each student is allowed up to 4 tardies before they initiate the disciplinary process. Please refer to the online Homestead Student Handbook to learn the disciplinary consequences for tardies beyond 5. Administration also asks you to refer to the dress code rules at Homestead, which can also be found in the online Homestead Student Handbook.
Students who have started new courses this semester that offer dual credit from Ivy Tech, be sure to complete all steps towards being correctly registered, enrolled, and qualified for your new spring courses. All steps that are posted in your graduation class Canvas course must be completed prior to the February 14th deadline. Even returning Ivy Tech students need to be sure to enroll in this semester's courses via their dual enroll accounts. Contact Mr. Clark with any questions.
If you haven't picked up your student section long sleeve t-shirts that were paid for and delivered to the main office before winter break, please stop by during school hours as soon as possible so you all can represent at our events.
The deadline to purchase a yearbook has been extended through spring break. Please go to yearbooksforever.com to place your order.
Any girl interested in participating on the 2022 Homestead Track and Field team should plan on an informational meeting on Tuesday, January 11th from 3 to 3:30 in the NGAP seminar room. Any girl interested in running, throwing, or jumping must have a physical with signatures and other required forms for participation. And all boys track and field participants, be sure to attend the call-out meeting next Wednesday after school in the community room. You must submit a physical and paperwork. All information must be filed through final forms. Check the HHS Athletics page online for more information.
And now here's a list of a few clubs meeting over the next week. The Wellness Club will meet Monday, January 10th in room 105 after school until 3:15 p.m. Health goals will be a discussion topic. Contact Mrs. Hoffman for more details. Get out to the Environmental Club's next meeting on Monday in Mrs. Merkling's room, room 206. They hope to see you Monday. Audio Aficionados meets Monday after school in 600B.
Other clubs meeting over the next week. The ASL Club meets every Thursday in room 312 at 2:45 until 3:30. And please note that the Biomedical Science Club meeting for Wednesday, January 12th has been canceled. Miranda Shearer, who is a certified surgical assistant, is scheduled to speak on February 9th from 2:45 to 3:30. If you have any questions, please contact Mrs. Behrens at the email address shown on the screen.
Interact Club and SAD are teaming up to bring Homestead another fundraiser battle between classrooms. HHS In-Depth reporter Yunji Che is in now to give you more insight on what it is and who it benefits.
Fundraising is a great way to support nonprofit organizations lending a hand for those in need. 2 clubs at Homestead, SAD and Interact Club, cooperated to organize Pennyworth for a fundraiser.
Pennyworth is to raise money for NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. Students can bring in their pennies, bills, silver coins to add or subtract points from their 5th period teacher and other people's 5th period teachers. Students can bring in silver coins, pennies, and bills. Bills and pennies are positive points for your 5th period teacher, and you want to sabotage other 5th period teachers by putting silver coins in their collection jars. Have fun and be competitive.
From January 10th to the 28th, each 5th period class will compete to have the highest point. The point system works following this chart. Hopefully, Pennyworth is going to be a fiery competition between 5th period classes, since there will also be a treat for the class that earns the highest point. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Yunji Che.
For the first time all winter, it got really cold this week.
So will these cool temps stick around all weekend?
Carly Flanagan joins us now to let us know.
Thank you, Cora and Nada. For tonight's game at Southside, the temperatures will have severely dropped with a high of 14 degrees. If you plan on going, be sure to bring a warm coat and gloves as well as a hair tie for the intense winds. With all this cold weather, there will fortunately not be any snow or ice on the roads, so they should be clear for a safe drive. Looking towards the weekend, the weather does get warmer with a high of 37 on Saturday and 41 on Sunday. Us Midwesterns might call that a not bad type of temperature, but what may not be so great as how chilly it will get throughout both of the nights on the weekend. Saturday, we can expect quite a lot of rain and wind as the day dies down, so prepare to stay inside as there is a chance for ice to freeze on the roads. Sunday will not see any rain, but a very low temp of 10 degrees as our high, so be sure to bundle up in blankets. Will this weather continue into the next week? I'll be back later with a check of the 7-day forecast.
All right, thank you, Carly.
Next in sports, while we were enjoying our 2 weeks of winter break, Homestead athletics were in action.
Anthony Gary is in next with the log report to get us caught up on our winter sports.
Welcome back to the Locker Report. I'm Anthony Gary. It was an eventful winter break in Homestead athletics, and to kick things off, the boys and girls played in a combined 4 games on December 21st versus Fishers and Hamilton Southeastern. The now number 1 ranked girls basketball team beat Fishers and Hamilton Southeastern to advance to 12-1. Between the 2 games, Ayanna Patterson scored 40 points and had 19 rebounds. Molly Stock had 27 points and Allie Stevens had 17 points. On that same day, the boys lost to Fishers by 2 points in a down-to-the-wire showcase. However, later on, the guys bounced back with a commanding win over Hamilton Southeastern. In that second game, Kyron Kalpawigi had his best game of the season with 15 points, going 3 for 3 from 3. In similar fashion, at the prestigious Hall of Fame Classic down in Newcastle, the boys team lost in a close game to Cathedral, but again, they bounced back to beat Connorsville later on in the day. At the tournament, Fletcher Lawyer had a total of 58 points with 9 three-pointers. The diving team competed in the Homestead Invite on December 27th versus Carmel and Zionsville. First for the girls, Hannah Brown took first place with a score of 336.4, and Ellie Mortini placed third with 293. For the boys, Brendan Waite and Thomas Davis finished first and second with scores of 350.55 and 285.4. The girls played again this week against number 9 North Central. Despite the best player in the state of Indiana, Ayanna Patterson, being out of the game, the girls stepped up to beat the Panthers. Allie Stevens and Molly Stock each had career-high scoring nights to help prove why the Lady Spartans are the best team in the state. Tonight, the girls and boys basketball teams play in a doubleheader at Southside. Make sure you turn up and cheer them on for both of the games. For the Locker Report, I'm Anthony Gary. Make sure you check out our socials listed down below. And Carly will have a final check of the forecast when we come back.
Next week on HHS In Depth, reporter Cora Shaw will bring you a story about the Mocha Lounge business and the people behind it, including one current Homestead student. Catch this story and more next week.
Taking a look at next week's forecast, this week will be pretty cloudy with a chance of sun peeking through on Tuesday. Thankfully, there will not be much rain at all until Thursday, where we can expect a little drizzle. The winds are remaining mighty next week and have a slight possibility of blowing us away, so be sure to stay warm, stay safe, and inside. We are looking at low temps for the start of the week, but they grow higher as it progresses with a high of 38 on both Wednesday and Thursday. No snow is to come yet, but we are getting closer to the chance of building a snowman sometime in the near future. For this week, remember to keep an umbrella and a coat close as you will need it. Cora, Nada, back to you.
All right, thank you, Carly, and thank you for watching today.
Good luck to all the athletes and other performers in action this weekend.
Have a great weekend, and we will see you back here next week.